Welcome to ADHD Power Tools, where we give you the tools to unlock the power within. Hello, Brooke.
Hi,
Today, I want to talk about habits because, us with ADHD, habits and ADHD don't go too well together, especially the good ones. And I want to ask you, what are some tools that you can give our audience to
Sure.
help us develop good habits, and how can we stay committed and consistent with our habits to make sure we stay positive and productive?
Yeah, good question. So
Mhm.
you're spot on. Remember my 3C activation group was saying ADHD hates structure but loves structure. And that goes along with the habits, but you got to live and die by habits and routines, but not all habits are good habits, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
a lot of us have good habits, bad habits, and indifferent habits. So we got to figure out what those bad habits are sometimes, remove those habits, and replace them with good habits. So, how do
100%.
how do you develop a habit? How do you know what your habit is? Once
Mhm,
you figure that out, after you figure out your whys, your core values, you come up with your SMART goals, then you develop a structure, right?
mhm.
Habits can be formed in 30 days. They can be formed in 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. On average, a habit is about 66 days.
Mhm,
It takes.
mhm. Okay. Wow.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research out there that, oh no, it could be 21 days, 30 days, whatever. And that's right, it could be. But
Mhm,
like I'm saying, it's just on average. And the first part of it isn't great, it kind of sucks
mhm. Yep.
getting to do whatever it is that you're trying to form as a new habit, whether it be waking up early in the morning and doing a morning routine, whatever it is. But you got to get those systems in place and accountability and understand your purpose behind it. Because once you get into that road of feeling accomplished
Exactly.
with it, then sometimes what happens to happen, right, is
Mhm, mhm.
week 4 for a lot of my clients, they start to dip. They're like, oh yeah, I have been waking up early at 6 a.m. and I'm just going to sleep in for the next day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
boom,
Boom.
habit gone.
Exactly.
So, in my experience, having that accountability person at that, throughout was really helpful. And
Mhm.
also making sure that if you don't do it one day, is it a big deal? No. But if you don't come back to it, it's not a habit. So the way that you know if it's a habit or not is if you can stop doing it one day and come back to it without a problem.
Exactly. And I like what you say about, it could be 21 days for someone, 66 days for someone else. It might take a little bit longer. And it's the truth. And the most important thing is don't break that chain, like you said. And I want to give you an example. For the past, I'd say, a few years, there was these little phases I had. I've always wanted to work out, gain muscle, get those veins and look great and such, get that beautiful physical appearance um, that we all
You're
want to
gonna
at
have
my
that.
age.
Come on.
But I would start a month, 2 months, and I'd quit. I'd stop. A month, 2 months, I'd stop. There's multiple little scattered moments like that throughout my past couple of years. But recently, in the past year, I was like, you know what? Even if I don't want to work out one day, I'm going to still try my best to just do, if it's 10 minutes of something small at home or 20 minutes of something small at the gym, just keep going nonstop. And I realized the rewards are what kept me moving forward. Seeing a little bit more muscle definition, seeing that vein come out of nowhere that I never had, and my biceps. I know this is a little too detailed, but it's the truth. It's just that got me driving, and it became a habit. I realized it was not that hard to get up and go to the gym anymore, and I started going out with working out with my friends or my family. Make it a little more engaging and stimulating. Use those little things that want you to move forward, and reward you and stimulate the process along the way. And that goes for brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, those little small things that are annoying, make sure someone's making sure you're like, accountability. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Making sure someone is making sure you're on top of it. And
Yeah.
that's exactly a way you can keep going and don't break that chain to create that habit. And it will take time. It might not take that long, but sometimes it will. And you got to face that,
Exactly. And the reward that you were talking about, it's that the habit loop, right? So there's Atomic Habits, Habit Loop, Jim Quick, all great books that talk about the cue, the reward, all of that helps you develop a habit.
Exactly. It's don't break that chain. So curious question. You said there was a little community or a group at the beginning. What was it called again? That you guys go over habits? You were telling me. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, sure. So in my 3C adult
That right there.
activation group, it's for adults with ADHD. We talk about how to build routine and habits and habit stack. And a lot of my ADHDers on day one, they were like, we hate structure, but we love structure at the same time. We hate structure, but we thrive on structure. And that's the trick. I mean,
yep, exactly.
Understanding your purpose, your motivations, all of that behind creating a new positive habit. But then once you get into the routine of doing it, that's what drives you, right?
Exactly. It takes time and it comes along. And it's good to, talk about these things with groups and move forward together. It's very motivating. You need that motivation to create those good habits versus the bad. 100%.